incredibly exciting year at Bethesda Game Studios. Given some of that excitement, impressed you're still here.
Fuck yeah, we put a battle royale in Fallout 76. That's right.
I'm not making the same mistakes again.
No, you're making all new ones.
All right, we've suffered some anemic efforts in E3's recent past, but holy flying fuck sauce, after 2019's titanic disappointment this year, anemia is officially a forlorn fucking hope. But hey, at least the masturbatory covenant cucks in gaming journalism are clinging fast to their fucking priorities.
We've got 2.5 minutes left before we're going to go into the Square Enix press conference. So, guys, what are your wild card hopes, dreams, predictions?
Can I say that I hope they tell us that Lara Croft is gay? That's all I want. Happy Pride.
Oh, hey. Huh.
Yeah, who wants to see games at a game show? Well, you're gonna have some ham-fisted serenades to slurping some slatch, eh, hipsterella? And peep Princess's waistline over there. Whose cunt has she been eating? The green M&M? The parade of perfidy soldiered on. Watch_dogs might not have been fucking _unwatchable if it weren't essentially Omicron, the nomad hacker, hilariously repackaged as if it isn't a 20-year-old fucking concept, remastered with motherfucking lens flare. And what is it with the French and the wannabe French and body swapping in their video games exactly? Trying to find the lone French Canadian that doesn't smell like Swiss cheese in a sauna? Not that it isn't a cool mechanic, handily sidestepping the monumentally unmemorable protagonists of past efforts by flip-flopping the fuck between them like Jade Raymond in a review boot camp bathroom stall, but is there a more pure distillation of weaponized cringe than an aging Ubisoft developer working for Canadian corporate oligarchs, all but exempt from municipal taxes, might I fucking add, making veiled allusions to hashtag resistance?
Today, with Brexit, London's at a turning point. It's hard to predict what the future holds for London, for the UK, or for the world. In Watch Dogs Legion, your mission is to build a popular resistance to fight back against the emergence of an authoritarian regime. Armed drones patrol the streets, deportation squads rip people from their homes, and Granddad is using crypto to buy a new kidney on the black market.
If they possessed the capacity for irony, I'd ask if these black bloc belugas ever stop to stew in the fact that they're fighting the power alongside a CEO at Ubisoft with more yachts than teeth. Is this not the faintest fucking cause for self-reflection and possible reconsideration of your goofy-ass pinko politics? I mean, I may have agreed with a rich asshole on occasion, more than one occasion in fact, but I'm also not arguing for workers seizing the means of guacamole production alongside a cucked corporate quintagenarian who has preteen programmers at Chinese satellite studios chained to a super processor shitting out Assassin's Creed side quests from dawn to goddamn dusk either. I must confess as well, apocalyptic ambivalence on the subject of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. I mean, on the one hand, more Masquerade is generally a good thing. On the other, there's everything the fuck else. SJW scribe Kara Ellison, who sent Dishonored into a deep freeze by jilling her gender politics off in our fucking faces. Not to mention cutting out core clans like Gangrel and Nosferatu and shitting them out as post-launch DLC down the road. And then there's the simple fact of a first-person sim that consistently jars you out of said ceremonial immersion to play prefab first-person animations at you rather than allow you to play as you please. I mean, take your politics out of it. Cry the word snowflake as if you learned it 5 fucking minutes ago if you like leering Redditards. Immersive sims should not be scripted this hard, and that's a simple fucking fact. Keanu Punk 2077 seemed to set the internet ablaze, but then the internet gaming community could overhype a hangnail, at which point do we admit sudden and abrupt recastings of core characters in the narrative mere months before launch are a likely indicator the long-rumored behind-the-scenes bullshit at CD Projekt Red maybe more than a rumor, particularly as it's now confirmed by multiple motherfuckers associated with such. I mean, I'm not saying it'll be bad, I'm hoping it's not, even banking on it. We could all use some more cyberpunk in our lives, particularly since Squeenix gave Deus Ex the shotgun serenade, and now has Eidos Montreal riding bitch seat behind Crystal Dynamics on a Games-as-Service Avengers cash-in, but less than a year away, do we generally still have nothing but pre-rendered trailers, scripted set pieces that obviously ain't gameplay, and recastings to show for 7 years of unremitting development? I mean, my haggard ass is old enough to remember when all of Gamer to mocked Star Citizen for taking half as long and showing twice as much. Time to admit it. Win, lose, or draw, this game's development is going as smoothly as an Alabama back road, and the omnipresent discount Deus Ex vibes I'm picking up off this trailer notwithstanding, any suggestion that gameplay from a few months back was anything other than cyberbunk is bullshit squared. And hey, free advice for fucking Bethesda. You needn't rent out a bingo hall, let alone the LA Convention Center, in order to inform us that you've made minor updates to existing titles, titwanks. We're well aware you'll be iterating on all the shit you already sold us, shit dicks. E3 is for new announcements, and this year, what was once in short supply is officially a full-on goddamn drought. I saw more flabby-armed audience members clapping for glorified fucking flatulence on a screen than actual announcements this year, and then there was the Cloud and Sephiroth skin pack for Final Fantasy XV. Now, with Barrett in bad 90s 7-Eleven sunglasses, Tifa shedding her Avril Lavigne culottes in favor of an actual fucking skirt, and Eris rocking an Yngwie Malmsteen jacket.
Help me!
No, I don't eat donuts. I don't fucking eat donuts.
I never thought I'd say this, but I think I could actually stand for this to be a bit more of a traditional JRPG. I mean, no reason to clone the original, mind you. I've ranted about the oft-ignored idiocies and fallibilities of the Final Fantasy formula in the past, and frankly, the endless stream of epicene anime asshats with more hair spikes than character traits, wielding manatee-sized melee weaponry and a convoluted plot to waste ever more effeminate fucking goofs gonna blow up the world with some magic metaphor for global warming or some bullshit all sort of starts with the 7th entry in the series. And when FF7 started printing money, don't lie, bitches, it did to JRPGs what Nirvana did to radio rock. Distill it to a callow conglomeration of cliché intended to exploit what was originally hard-fought with actual inspiration of some description before going Splitsville, leaving buckshot splatter paint on the roof of a goddamn greenhouse. And now it's back from flannel-plated perdition, and perhaps cognizant of the destructive influence the entire internet shit on my head for pointing out back in 2009, it steps bashfully back from its original RPG gameplay in favor of a fucking hack and slash? I mean, I dig it, and I don't. Some sap in the IGN stream described the battle system as, quote, a middle ground between traditional JRPG gameplay and more modern fare. And look, if this is the compromise, Captain Cuckface, what would capitulating to modern mores have looked like? I mean, no turns, real-time sword slashing with little more than some goofy goddamn meter to remind us it's even faintly fucking familiar with the approach of its Animu ancestor. Look, FF7 Remake will make more money than Bill Gates going down on God regardless, and I've said that from the outset. Beyond the bankable nomenclature and brand, it's a remake, and every FF7 playing pissant for the 90s wants to see how faithfully or fecklessly they fuck it up or don't. Curiosity will move copies, if nothing the fuck else, but it's worth noting that all of it, is in relation to a game that was revealed 4 fucking years ago. Over a decade, if you count that cock and bullshit from the PS3 reveal event in 2006. Like Motley Crue touring the planet on the same 5 albums in fucking perpetuity, their last legitimate release not seen since 2008. My inquiry is simple. Where's the fucking new shit? Pundits and proctonauts have speculated that this year's jaundice shit show is a repeat of a few fucking years ago, when everyone held their own individual events, that it's mainly down to confusion with the event, or everyone bleaching their buttholes clean for the console cycle to come, but bitch, this was multiple years in the making. Last year was outright awful, and the year before that was even worse. This ain't a sudden drop off at the edge of a shit slick, it's a prolonged plummet, and anyone who hasn't been huffing Sean Layton's tiddlywinks knows it. And don't give me this Sony won the show by not showing up shit, you cavernous Aftanians. Sony didn't make a shrewd maneuver here. They made the only choice that didn't expose them as outright liars. Look, you know it's bad when even the pocky-swilling sack at Kotaku are forced to acknowledge the bullshit blizzard at last year's Sony stream. Off the top of my head, they promised interchangeable zombie-apocalypse shitfest Days Gone by year's end. They promised a release date for Lesbian Scissor Simulator Last of Us by next year's show. Oops! Not so fucking much. Neo 2, negatory. Ghost of Tsushima, nope. Fuck, aside from Spider-Man, which shot on the store shelves late last year and became a dust magnet on home shelves shortly thereafter, Sony straight up lied to each and every one of our asses on every individual talking point. Point being, folks, these fuckers didn't duck out of this year's event because we got big shit in store, even if they ultimately do. They ain't at E3 this year because even if they had, not only would they have piping fresh fuck all to show, they'd likely have been held to account for the staggering amount of fibs, falsehoods, and lies blacker than Malik Obama's butthole. And as looks go, that ain't the best. Fortunately for us, once a fucking again, Nintendo were the lone company who remembered you're actually supposed to show games at this goddamn thing. Trials of Mana, Luigi's Mansion 3, No More Heroes 3, and a Breath of the fucking Wild trailer that subverted our expectations, not by being some bullshit DLC, but an actual fucking sequel. It was the antithesis of every other press conference preceding it, and the Nintendo Switch continues to be the best buy in the console market for precisely that fucking reason. But it was also an outlier. If E3 2017 was the show about nothing, E3 2019 was made of fucking nothing. A great big gaping hall filled with horseshit promises and an audience of trained fucking seals flapping their flippers for free shit. Mark their names down, dipshits, because if you trust one solitary word from these sky-smashing bullshit mongers hereafter, you deserve every bit of the industry you get. I'm Razor Fist, and yes, it turns out I truly can rant about absolutely nothing. God fucking speed.
Nothing's free from the rules and laws of morality.